One of my favorite texts in the Bible is Matthew 6, verse 33. And it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these other things shall be added unto you." Recently, I have fallen in love with the New Living Translation. I would like to read it from the New Living Translation, the same text, Matthew 6:33. And it says, "Seek the kingdom of God above all else, and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need." Wow, what a very clear translation. My dear friends, I would like to submit to you this morning that it is not natural for us to love God. It is not natural for us to have an inclination towards God. We are leaning towards sin. We are sinful by nature, and therefore our natural instinct is to shy away from things that have to do with God. And I would like to say to you, there are two things that I would like to propose, is that we need to fall in love with God and then fall in love with our fellow human beings. If you have a connection with God, I can guarantee you all things will go well. Now, I have noticed that if I don't spend time with God every day, my day does not go well. I meet challenges that I cannot even deal with professionally and properly. And therefore, I've learned not to skip my devotions in the morning. And Matthew 6:33 is very, very true in my life. If I seek God first, things will fall into place. My decisions will be correct. The way I speak to my fellow human beings will be meaningful, and I'll be respectful towards other people because I've consulted with my Maker, with my God. And it is prudent for us to do that, because if we don't do that, we will blunder immensely in what we do. I just want to tell a story which touched me recently, just to highlight the importance of seeking God first and having a connection with other people. Just recently, I read a story where this rich man was driving his Ferrari. He was on the fast lane and driving fast. He couldn't care about other people. He had all the money, he had all the wealth, and he was doing well. And as he was driving, cruising in his Ferrari on the highway, suddenly a brick hit his windscreen. And can you imagine a man who is wealthy driving this beautiful car, and all of a sudden a brick from nowhere hit the windscreen? And he came to a screeching halt, and he braked his car, and he came out of the car furious, wanting to know who is it that has thrown a brick at his windscreen. And as he was looking around, he saw this young man standing not far from the Ferrari, shivering, scared, because he knew what would be coming his way should the man realize that he's the one who threw the brick at the windscreen. And he said, "Young man, do you know what you have just done? Do you know how much this car is worth? Why did you do that?" And the young man, who was shivering and crying at that time, said, "Sir, I had no choice, but I had to throw that brick at your car." And the rich man said, "But what do you mean? Why did you have to throw the brick at my car?" He said, "Sir, my brother, who is not well at home, needs urgent medical attention. And I've been hiking, I've been trying to stop cars this morning, but everybody is passing by, everybody is fast, minding their own business. I had to throw a brick at your car, sir, so that you could stop and give me a hand." And so he said, "What's wrong with your brother?" And he said, "My brother is very sick at home. He needs medical attention." So the rich man said, "Okay, let me go home. Let me go to your home and fetch the brother." So they went to his home, and they got the young man, and they took him to hospital. Can you imagine the rich young man, all of a sudden, that anger he had, subsided. That fury that he had decided to dissipate because of what he saw, the need that he realized. And you know what he said to the young man who threw the brick at his car? He said, "Young man, don't worry. I will pay for the medical bills of your brother, and I will take care of him and you." And that taught him a lesson, that he must stop being concerned about the things of this world. He needs to seek God first. He needs to prioritize God and other people in his life, and that really helped him a lot. And from that lesson, we can draw many, many lessons. And that is, we need to stop being fast. We need to stop on the fast lane of life and just concentrate on the needs of other people. May God bless us.